Hello and welcome to the Up All Night World Cup show. Now, Dominic McHale is feeling a little bit sleepy this morning, so he's upstairs in the bed. So I've let myself in, Laura O'Mahony, and I'm joining Shane Casey on the couch today. Later on, we're going to be joined by Ruarí O'Hagan, sports expert and analyst from Cork's Red FM. But first, Shane.
How are we, Laura?
I'm great. Talk to me about the football last night, Shane.
The lead this morning. I really appreciate it. And you did a great job yesterday. I was a little bit jealous. I did miss my buddy.
Do you know what your mistake was, Shane? Was giving me a key. You should never have given me a key. You won't be getting rid of me.
I gave you a key, but we leave a key under the mat as well between the hours of 6:30 and 6:30.
Well, I have it thrown out there for Rory, so he'll be in later on. But tell me first, how are you feeling about the football? What's happening? What stage are you at?
I probably had the football fatigue the other day, hence skipping out yesterday. There was rumours circulating that myself and Dominic had a fallout. We definitely did a sugar coated cereal fallout.
Yeah, unfounded.
All right, we had strong words about certain things, but there's no point crying over spilt milk.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Literally,
You'll be back together. You'll be back together.
No, he's sleeping, so we'll keep it.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Laura, your relationship with sports, you were telling us about Alfie.
Well, Alfie's bait into sport, but I was trying to remember myself as a child.
Yeah.
I actually did soccer skills in 5th class.
Really?
Yeah, I was bait into soccer and doing soccer skills.
And
did I acquire any? No, but I tried.
Did you have a good experience of sports when you were younger?
I did, I suppose, but again, it wasn't really a thing. Like, I did sit and watch a lot of boys going off doing sport, and it wasn't as much for the girls, which I think is changing now, and that's brilliant.
And we were talking about that the other day with the excitement for the Irish team and the excitement that Alfie has, and it's brilliant like that. But without making it negative, we've heard so many negative experiences of girls in sports and stuff like that. So
but you know what?
We
can all get bait into it, and I think we should get bait into our first match. So we are going to go look at Scotland and Morocco from last night. Well, we're at that stage of the tournament now where we need a real pundit, a real expert, a stat man, if you will. And we've got him with us. It's Ruarí O'Hagan from Cork's Red FM. Rory, hit us up with those stats.
Don't be calling me an expert. People are going to get ideas, Lars.
You look very expert there now, I have to say.
In comparison to the two of us, Rory, you are the stat man.
First off, the gaff is class, lads. It's like my nan's house in the 90s.
Thanks for coming in. Dominic's asleep upstairs. And thanks for letting yourself in. We are, as you know, in an undisclosed location in Cork City.
Rory, talk to us about Scotland, Morocco. What are your feelings on last night's match?
Like, Scotland huffed and puffed, but they conceded a goal after 70 seconds, as we've just seen, and they never really recovered from that. They created a couple of chances, didn't really threaten too much. We saw a couple of half chances there for John McGinn, had one at the back post, should have probably done better. Scott McTominay had put one into the side net.
The early goal really took the wind out of their sails.
You know who I felt sorry for, Shane, was Ray Houghton on commentary. Glasgow boy, so excited. Scotland are there at the World Cup, the Tartan Army.
Yeah.
Flower Scotland still ringing in his ears, hairs in the back of his neck.
You're painting a picture there. It's amazing, isn't it?
Still standing up after 70 seconds because he can't sit down for the excitement. Yeah. And you could hear the life being sucked out of him.
That's very disappointing.
Just such a long wait. It's such a long wait for no other goal. But Scotland are down but not out, would you say, Rory?
Yeah, it's the first appearance in the World Cup in 28 years. But they're down but not out. So they now face Brazil in the next game. They need a point to be guaranteed to go through. As third place team. If they lose against Brazil, it's going to be based on other results, so it's going to be a nervy wait. Can they get a result against Brazil?
Yeah. Was it a penalty last night?
All day, John McGinn.
It was. It looked more like it the more I saw it, the slower it was.
Yeah,
but it was a hip off hip is it is contact, and he did kind of run into him as well. But the play up to that point from McGinn was brilliant. Taking the ball, it reminded me of Maradona there, but it was just one direct line, let's be fair.
John McGinn is class, but that was definitely a penalty. You've seen them given constantly, and the referee didn't point to the spot. Scott McTominay had one a little bit later on. I thought he should have had a penalty later on as well, and it wasn't given. So I think the Scots can feel aggrieved that they didn't get
well, hopefully, look, Brazil last night as well. How did that go?
Brazil, 3-0 against Haiti.
So how do we feel Scotland are going to get on against Brazil?
Well, they're going to have to up their game, aren't they? I mean, they weren't great last night against Morocco, weren't exactly setting the world on fire against Haiti in that 1-0 win in their opening game. If you can't rate your game against Brazil, lads, like you're in the wrong game altogether. So it's going to be a fascinating game during the week.
Well, while we have you, Rory, we're going to go absolutely hell for leather at these matches from last night. So let's take another look at a clip from last night. We're going to look at Australia v the United States. 2-0 there to the host, one of the host nations. Rory, what is your hot take on that match from last night?
Well, it's the USA through as Group D winners, and they're going to be very, very happy about that.
Yeah, they have some very good players, don't they?
They do indeed, and so Alex Freeman there, the most American sounding name I've ever heard in my entire life. Alex Freeman scoring the header for the soccer goal. But there was a bit of needle going into this game as well, because they played a friendly last year in Denver, and Australia came over and they roughed house the USA. They beat the sugar out of them, right?
Really?
So it was 0-0 at half time. Richard Pochettino goes into his team, he says, lads, are you going to let them come in here and beat you up on your home turf? And they went on and won 2-0. So there was a bit of needle going into last night's game.
Yeah, we had a bit of that before with the compromised rules, if you can remember that, with the short sleeve tops, where fellas from Kerry would have a tan up the hair and then they'd be white there, and then they'd go out to Australia and get flaked by the Aussies. But considering that soccer isn't football, isn't the top game of either of those nations, still a good event, and it's good that there's like these little competition between those two nations, really.
100%. Yeah, I mean, and the USA were decent enough last night. They have 2 wins from 2 now, so they're happy.
And excuse me, Rory, I have a stat. I believe that it is their their second time maybe only winning their first 2 matches in the World Cup in the past amount of time that they've been in the World Cup. Does that make sense to you? I found a stat. Do you like my stat? Yeah. I'm a footballer, guys. No, and so they're out of their group now. They're into the top 32.
So they've qualified for the last 32. So it's going to be Australia and Paraguay now during the week for the place to finish second. Paraguay had a 1-0 win over Turkey last night. Turkey are out. It was Matthias Galarraza scoring after 2 minutes there. They were down to 10 men for the entire second half. Turkey huffed and puffed, just couldn't get away past.
And what do you think for Australia, Rory? What are their chances looking like?
Australia and Paraguay should be a very, very interesting game. It's going to be very, very cagey because it's they want to finish second, obviously, so it's going to be a very, very tense affair. And I think Australia might just have enough to see past Paraguay.
Do you think so? Oh, we love a bit of tension, Jane, don't we?
Well, I hope it's a good game. It just shows that they care. If they're hopping off the Yanks, the Americans, do apologise, that was going to happen to our American friends out there. If they're needling each other like they were with that friendly last year, I think it's just good for the game. Do you know what I think?
Australians just competitive anyway, whatever they compete in. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's rugby, soccer, or the compromised rules.
Yeah, look, we have enough cousins and brothers and aunts and uncles out in Australia. I'd like to see them.
I just don't know where to put it. Will I go Australia? Will I go Scotland? Where do you think, Rory? Where am I best to put all of my attention on? I want to saturate one team.
I have a feeling Scotland are going to get a result against Brazil.
Oh, do you?
World Cups are full of shocks, and I hope they pull off a shock. I'm not sure they're going to win, but I think they'll get a result against Brazil and finish.
Ruarí O'Hagan predicting a little bit of a World Cup magic there. We love to see it. And in general, Rory, the games and stuff, it's been going well. How do you feel the whole thing has been going?
It's like any World Cup. Some of the games are excellent. Some of the games aren't spectacular. So you're going to get that when there's so many games. The games last night weren't.
Let's be fair, it was a poor night last night. It really was. What's been your highlight so far?
I'd probably get crucified for saying this, but England. I thought England were excellent the other night, especially in the second half. Whatever Thomas Tuchel said to them at the half-time break. Anthony Barry was on ITV and he gave a really damning interview. He said, look, we're not good enough, we have to improve. And it's very rare for an assistant manager to be that honest in a half-time interview.
Is it fair for them to be interviewed like that at half-time? Because he looked like he wanted to get off fairly sharpish to throw a couple of words at his team. Very strong bench. The English have a very, very strong bench.
You saw Marcus Rashford come off the bench there, coming off the bench there the other day. Rashford got a great goal as well. They're very strong going forward. You'd be a little bit worried about them defensively. But if they play like they did in the second half, I have a feeling England are going to go very, very far in this tournament. People won't like me for saying it. I don't really care if England go on and win the World Cup.
No, I think a lot of people do want them to go very far, just not win it. A lot of people what
would you prefer? Would you prefer them to go out in the group stages or heartbreak in the final? Is the big question.
I have no preference whatsoever. I'm on the show as a kind of a neutral, really.
Kind of a neutral guy. We've loads more talking to do, guys. We're going to be getting into Brazil v Haiti after the break, but first of all, we've got a break to take. Back with more after this. Welcome back to the Up All Night World Cup show. We are still joined by Ruarí O'Hagan, Cork Red FM sports journalist.
Oh, thank you,
Rory. This is a World Cup show, so I think it's only fitting that we address what you were talking about the other night, the girls, the ladies, the women's team. They got drawn with Kazakhstan. How are we feeling about that?
Kazakhstan ranked 100 in the world. Ireland ranked 21st, so Ireland would be favourites to go on and advance. And if they do, they'll face either Belgium or Poland, who are quite significantly higher ranked than Kazakhstan. Now, what Carla Ward has done with this Republic of Ireland team has been sensational. Laura, you were down at the...
I saw them in the flesh. They're unbelievable. And it's an unbelievable... You can feel the momentum building behind them, can't you?
The energy of the crowd, and the atmosphere down there was absolutely electric. I'm not just saying that because I was the PA announcer and I was
you were doing a really good job.
You were creating the atmosphere.
It was down to me that the Ireland team won basically, but they were incredible. When Amber Barrett scored, I'd imagine you could have heard that roar all over Cork. They are just absolutely electric, and I hope they come back to Páirc Uí Chaoimh for that game.
I do too. I'd like to get to a game now. I'm excited, and I'm really positive. I feel really positive about it because, as you were saying about Alfie's enthusiasm towards it as a young fella,
my son,
let's normalise men going to sporting events, women's sporting events. 100%. We all do it for our daughters, our nieces, our wives and stuff like that.
Well, so also let's just normalise them being events. We can take the women's away from it. They're all events. They're all sporting events. Let's go.
And they have such incredible players as well. Incredible Cork players as well. Denise O'Sullivan is one of the best players I've ever seen. Like men or women, she's absolutely incredible. Saoirse Noonan's absolutely brilliant playing for Celtic. Megan Connolly playing for Lazio. There's 3 brilliant Cork players there to get behind.
And their names are getting out there, Rory. That's the thing. These are names that are familiar to us now, just the same way that when you hear the lads' names.
I think Denise O'Sullivan is almost as famous as Ruarí O'Hagan at this stage. She's absolutely incredible. So get down and support the girls in green.
Absolutely, and it's very important. We always remember our fans here on the Up All Night show. So we are going to go to our fan forum now, and we have Alex from the Irish PSG Supporters Club with a message for us.
Hello, Up All Night podcast. My name is Alex from the Irish PSG Supporters Club. French people think Kylian Mbappé will be the player of the tournament. Who do you think it will be? Allez les Bleus!
Allez les Bleus, love the little bit of French there. So Alex thinks that Kylian Mbappé will be the player of the tournament. He asks, who do you think will be the player of the tournament? Rory?
It's Lionel Messi, obviously. He scored a hat-trick already. What can't he do at this point? First World Cup hat-trick. He's just absolutely incredible. At his age, keep going, and just the way he just drifts in and scores those goals.
I went for a pint the other evening with my father, and I was talking to somebody, and I said, but will Messi get that space in the bigger games, when they face stiffer opposition? And the lad next to me went, he makes his space, He won't get it.
He creates it for himself.
He creates it for himself, kid.
Rolls off a defender by, drifts off the shoulder, head down.
All of that stuff. I was kind of put in my place. It's it doesn't matter who he's playing against, and he's still got it. Myself and Dominic were saying the other day, we felt that he choosing a lesser league by playing in America has helped him to prolong his career. And we're seeing Ronaldo, who's into his 40s now and isn't necessarily the same player he was.
He was shocking the other day. It was nice to see him serve the suspension. He should have been serving for getting that red card against Ireland while on the pitch doing absolutely nothing for Portugal.
But we've
got another. I'm so sorry, Shane. We've got another match that we've got to get to. We've got to get to Brazil and Haiti. We'll come back to these players. Let's look at Brazil and Haiti. 3-0, guys. 3-0 to Brazil.
Yeah, so Rory, 3-0, a fair result there, considering they were playing, 88 in the world?
Yeah, Haiti in the tournament for the first time since 1974, but the only Caribbean side to qualify as well. But Brazil scored all their goals in the first half, and they looked very, very good in that first half. Cunha scoring twice, and Vinicius Junior scoring that lovely goal as well through the keeper's legs. But the second half, they were up 3-0, they didn't have to exert themselves.
Yeah, they took it easy, like England did with the subs last week. They kind of changed it up a little bit, but Brazil seemed to have switched off in the second half. Do the Scots have something to worry about playing them when they're going to be somewhat relaxed with how they did in the second half there?
Possibly, how Brazil can turn around. We just seen that there in the first half, and the 3 goals they scored, absolutely brilliant stuff.
Do you feel I felt they got a little bit? No, it is the World Cup. Look, you're going to get carried away if you score at the World Cup.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I just hate the idea of Alfie looking on, seeing the kind of carry on that they had there when they're celebrating.
Carry on?
They're playing Avondale, man. Do you know what I mean?
It's the World Cup.
I know. It is the World Cup, but it's Haiti as well.
Still though, you've scored a goal.
I'm not going to get that. I promised
Don't get that cynical,
I don't want to wake
Shane.
up Dominic now, right? But, and I said I wouldn't get cynical that early in the World Cup. But you get what I mean? Come on.
But the celebrations is the best part when you're that small boy. My little boy is 8, 100%. And he's seen people diving across and doing the little swimming and thing. He's all this now, even at the girls the other night.
That is a very, very good point. point because as we were discussing about VAR during that little clip as well, it has stolen the goal celebrations. 100%. So I'm going to take that back. I'm going to retract that statement. I'll get a solicitor statement or a statement from me through my solicitor, and I'll read it out tomorrow if that's okay.
I like that it didn't take much to just
get you
I
don't
want to
go there.
Road.
But I like when it gets kind of, we get going, and we need to get going because we've had how many 48 now, and it's going to go down to 32, which is really where it starts at. These hydration breaks are starting to wreck my head.
Don't get me started on hydration breaks. Do you know why they're there though? Advertising. They're worth $250 million to the US broadcasters.
Guys, there's a lot of cynicism after entering this room.
Money spoiled the game.
People need to be hydrated.
I'm sorry.
You've got to have your water.
It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds per game. And if you multiply that out by every game, it's 7 hours and 30 minutes and 40 seconds of World Cup matches that will be interrupted by water breaks.
Don't you come in here and try to blind us with maths,
and
the stat
you know
guy.
what kind of ads they are in America as well. It's all pharmaceutical stuff, isn't it? You know?
And all the quick disclaimers then at the end, which is almost as long as the blah, 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 blah. Do not go to your doctor.
Rory, put your money where your mouth is. Who do you think is going to do it?
England.
Do you?
I do. I've got a feeling. They've got a great manager, great second half the other night as well. I just have a feeling in my walk.
And but you say you have a feeling they're going to do it. But how does that make you feel if they do it?
I don't care. I don't hate England. I just nothing them. Do you know that kind of way?
Really?
I don't really mind if they go on and win it.
Yeah, you'd be a little younger than me though, wouldn't you? Just a little bit.
Tiny bit.
So like
this much.
I said the effect of the previous manager was like, and on this team, they're not a hateable team as in the actual individual players. But then again, I was corrected having that beverage, my hydration break the other night,
100%.
in a certain establishment. I was corrected that I don't think a lot of people would share your sentiment of.
Lads,
I was going to say Saved by the Bell there.
I'm going to call full time, I think.
That's Dominic upstairs, is it?
Dominic, put that whistle away. We've so many games to look forward to tonight. We have Netherlands v Sweden, Germany v the Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao, and Tunisia v Japan. The Up All Night podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. Obviously, it is on the RTE player from 11, and we'll be on a half an hour before the match. So, Shane, last word to you.
Thanks for coming in, Rory.
Thanks,
Shane.
Rory.
Thank you, Laura. We've been up all night, so you don't have to.